Thank you.
I'll give you time to make a contribution. Yes.
Thank you, Right Honourable Speaker. Here to give a statement on Ghana's forest reserve, the state of Ghana's forest reserves and water bodies. Right Honourable Speaker, thank you for the opportunity to address this August House on the pressing issues facing our nation, particularly the devastating scourge of illegal mining, commonly known as galamsey, and its catastrophic effects on our precious forests and water bodies. I stand before you today not only to provide an update on their situation, but also to outline the solutions you have identified and the expedited actions we are taking to address this national emergency. I'm also here, Honourable Speaker, to solicit the unwavering support of this House and honourable colleagues to join me in this fight. This is not a battle for one individual, but a collective struggle that demands unified efforts to achieve meaningful and lasting solutions. Honourable Speaker, Ghana boasts of a total land area of approximately 23.8 million hectares. Of this, about 3.6 million hectares, which is 15% of our total land area, are designated as either forest reserve or wildlife protection areas managed by the Forestry Commission. These include 288 forest reserves and 21 protected areas scattered across the country. As we know, our forests and wildlife resources have long been major contributors to Ghana's economic development. They provide formal and informal employment, sustainable livelihood, offer rich biodiversity for ecotourism, and generate foreign exchange through timber exports. Beyond their economic value, our forests play a critical role in climate regulation, serving as nature-based solution to mitigate the impacts of climate change. So, Speaker, despite the numerous benefits we derive from the forest and our increasing knowledge about the importance of forests to our ecosystem and well-being, Ghana's forests continue to be under serious threat of deforestation and forest degradation due to factors known to all of us. Ghana is currently faced with an unprecedented threat to our forest resources and water bodies due largely to illegal small-scale mining activities. This situation has assumed crisis proportions with dire national security and public health consequences that require immediate attention. Honourable Speaker, it will interest you to note that out of the 288 forest reserves that I have mentioned, a whopping 44 of these forest reserves are under serious attack by illegal miners, and an estimated area of over 5,000 hectares has been devastated. And to put it literally, about 7,000 standard football fields is what I'm talking about. That has been devastated. 7,500 football fields gone. This is mostly occurring in these specific areas. One in the Ashanti region, the Bakwai, in Kawie, in the western region, Takwa, Dabuasi, and in the western north, Bibiani, Enche, and Juaboso, especially. Mr. Speaker, the approach adopted by illegal mining gangs is quite alarming and frightening. They are heavily armed with sophisticated weapons and very violent with large numbers of excavators, making it extremely difficult for forest guards and the rapid response team to control them, since they have no sophisticated weapons to control them. Over 9 out of the 44 forest reserves, and Mr. Speaker, this is very important, over 9 out of the 44 forest reserves have been completely taken over by these illegal mining thugs with impunity. And the Forestry Commission no longer have access to these forest reserves. This situation is dire and must be condemned by all citizens of Ghana. is critical and equally alarming. Among the three water basin systems in Ghana, which is the Volta, Southwestern, and the Coastal Western Basin systems, the Southwestern Basin system is most impacted. The rivers that form the Southwestern basins are the Ankobra, the Pra, which is made out of Fame, Brim, and Odan, and the Tano and Bia. According to the Ghana Water Company, the normal turbidity levels for water under treatment should not exceed 500 NTU. However, the current turbidity levels of these water systems are between 5,000 and 12,000 NTU. The Ghana Water Company has had to shut down some treatment plants in Takwa at a point due to overpollution from Galamsey. The Speaker, the pollution does not end with turbidity. These water bodies are also contaminated with toxic chemicals such as cyanide, mercury, hydrocarbons, and used recklessly by these illegal miners. This is utterly unacceptable. We cannot afford to reach a point where access to clean potable water becomes a daily struggle for citizens. Mr. Speaker, this is the grim reality of the state of our forest reserves and our water bodies. This is indeed what we have inherited. It is a legacy of environmental degradation that we must confront head-on as part of His Excellency President Mahama's Reset Ghana agenda. The outlook is undoubtedly bleak, but we are resolute in our commitment to reversing this crisis with your support. In line with this reset agenda, are we to provide highlight of some short, medium, and long-term measures that we have embarked upon to address this situation. In the short term, Mr. Speaker, we want to clear our water bodies from illegal mining activities through the use of river gas under our Blue Water Initiative. Details of this initiative will be provided during the launch of this initiative in the coming weeks. 2, engagement of stakeholders at all levels. Among other things, the intention is to strengthen our regulatory and law enforcement regime and get the buy-in of stakeholders on measures being pursued. And all the stakeholders must include our traditional authorities, municipal district authorities, civil society groups, our members of parliament, security agencies, state regulators, the judiciary, and here we will talk about the numbers. In the last few years, the numbers for prosecution for illegal mining is not very encouraging. Out of over 800, the number we had for people who have been prosecuted was less than 40. And so we need to look at that area as well. This is the reason why I'm here today, right on, Speaker. I wish to seek your commitment and the commitment of the leadership at all levels, including all political parties, including my friends on this side and my friends in the majority as well. We have to collectively fight this. The Speaker, another short-term measure is that I inaugurated a working group of experts on Wednesday, the 12th of February 2025, to undertake a review of the mining sector and licensing regime and recommend immediate radical reform to sanitize illegal mining activities within our forest reserves and our water bodies. And our committee is expected to submit its report by the end of the month. Mr. Speaker, we are also collaborating with the Ministry of Environment, Science and Technology and actively discussing modalities for revoking LI 2462 to establish a more responsible legal framework for small-scale mining in ecologically sensitive areas. Mr. Speaker, our short to medium-term approach is to roll out the government's Tree for Life reforestation initiative. This ambitious initiative aims to restore degraded landscapes by transforming areas ravaged by illegal mining and other drivers of deforestation into ecologically functional landscapes. We intend to promote sustainable forest management, conservation, and reforestation to combat diversity loss, water pollution, climate change, and environmental degradation. Threats that now pose an existential threat to our very existence. We recognize that many young people turn to illegal mining due to lack of sustainable employment opportunities. As part of our long-term strategy, we are also exploring a lot of other alternative, sustainable livelihoods to reduce dependence on galamsey and other illegal mining activities. Mr. Speaker, I conclude with a heartfelt appeal to all you, our colleague members of Parliament, Ghanaians, to join in this fight against galamsey. Let us unite to support the measure outlined today. We owe it to ourselves, our children, our future generations to safeguard our environment and secure a sustainable future for our beloved nation. The time to act is now. Together, we can and must prevail. I thank you.